So in this tutorial, we'll be looking at how to create a basic HTML form. So the first thing you are going to do, okay, let me just comment it, basic HTML form. So we'll just be creating the one that has username and password with the submit button, and we'll be showing you briefly about get and post. So let me just create a form, then set the input. Sorry, label first. Label. That's the name of, let's call it username. Then set the input. Set the type to what? Set the type to what? Text, because you are basically writing the text inside it. So you just set the type to text. Then set the name. I told you that the name is very important. That is what makes the backend or the database arrange it. So this is what your input will be identified by, the name. So let's call it what? Username. And let's set the word, the placeholder. Set it to what? Username. Then you close it with your angle brackets. Then you Ctrl S to save. So see how the browser renders it. Now we can see this is our username. Okay, let me put a colon here so that you can show that. So you can see username. So we can input in our username, we can input any word, any name. So good. So the next one, break the line. So the next one we're looking at is, okay, let's create a label for, okay, password. Then set the input. And set the type to what? Password. We know that we have an input type of password. Input, set it to what? Password. Now set the name. The name is what our input type password will be identified by when it is being logged on the what in the database. So we have password. Then you have a placeholder. Set the placeholder to what? Password also. We have a lot of attributes for input, a lot. So you come down, you break line, then you create a button. I told you there are two types of creating button, but I'll be using this one. I'll be using the button tag instead of using the input tag. I just prefer to use the button tag. So let me just say submit. So when you are using the button tag and it's inside the form, make sure you use the type submit. So we have three values for this button type. So for this button type, so I have submit, we have reset, and we have just button. Okay, so don't forget here, let's set the action page, sorry, the action to, sorry, set the action to action page .php. Now as I said earlier, I said we don't have any script. So this PHP script is a backend script that connects or validate our form. So it helps us take our form to the backend. So that's what the action page PHP does. But this is just, I just gave you this name, so you can give it any name, but we don't have the script. So I think we have the script, we would have created a file with this name and put the script there. Then it will help us validate our form, but that's not for, it's not for this level. So PHP is another programming language on its own. So but I just want to show you what the action does. So the action contains you will link it to a PHP what a PH a backend what script that connects your front end to the back end, or that validates your form. So that one, when we get to that level, we'll be talking more about form. That is when we get to our back end side. We can use Node.js also, and we have the method. So the method has two values, either the get or the, so I put it in capital letter, either the get or the what, sorry, Ctrl S to see how the browser went. That's it. So we have the username. Okay, let me put a colon here. Sorry. I'll just save, refresh. You can see we have the username, which can put our name here. We have the password and we have the submit button. So now what you are going to be doing, we want to see how the get is being rendered on the browser. So anything on the get is not secure compared to post. Anything you write, when you want to write anything on the inside your input, if you input values and you submit it and you use the get method, it will be logged on the browser. So it is prone to being hacked. So you can be hacked using the word get method. So but when we use the post method, it does not show anything on the browser. So it is very, very secure using the post method. So let me just show you what I'm saying. So let me just tap username. Let me just say beep. Then the password, let me use Soltech. Then these are submit button. So you click on the button. You can see we are logged on onto an empty page. Why? Because this is an action page PHP. But because the action page PHP is not created, that's why it's taking us your file cannot blah blah blah. So you click on this side. Then you come back. Now what can you notice? You are seeing Soltech, right? Yes, you are right. Now what can you see? You can see a username. Now you can see that the name I said that is a name that will be identified when we are when our code is being arranged. You can see it is showing us here. So this is how it will be logged on. So the username you put here is what you are seeing here. So the username, and what the value I assigned to it was what? Abib. You can see this is the Abib here. And you can see the second name I gave here, password. So the password that I give was what? Soltech, and it is showing here. So you can see the get method log our input value on our browser. So when such happen, how it can easily be out when things like this happen, when our values that are input in our form, our password, everything, username logs on the browser, so it can really easily be hackable. So that is why it's not good to use the get method. Now let's look at the second method, which is called the post. The post is very, 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 very secure because it does not log any input value on your contrast to save. So you come here, refresh. Okay, let me put username. Let me put what? JC. Then let me put a password. Let me call it what? So take. Now let's submit. You will see that when we submit, okay, submit. Takes us to empty page just like the post method. But let's check the link. Let's see if we are going to be seeing our MP value, Jesse, and Soltech. You can see we cannot see anything like that. We are just in an action page of PHP. We cannot see anything like that. Why? Because it is the post method. The post method just take your input value and take it directly to your browser, and take that to your database. So that's what the post method does. So post method is much more preferable, and we can see that our name is also preferable. It's very, very essential, our name, because that is what our input value will be known for. So all you just have to do, okay, let me go back. All you just have to do now is to create a basic HTML form page like this, and you try to run the method post and the and get. So let's see how it works. So and submit to the submission group. So see you next class. Bye bye. Thank you.